Make sure you stick around until the end to see how you can win free gear and products. Hey, this is PJ with CLK Supplies, and I want to talk about why the Framon 2 code machine will make you a better locksmith, or for that matter, a better lock boss. Out of all of the code machines on the market today, I have never heard anyone talk about a code machine the way they talk about this Framon 2. It's practically a living legend. You'll hear all sorts of stories about this machine holding up against all sorts of abuse and still maintaining perfect calibration. It's pretty crazy. The Framon 2 code machine was actually invented in the 1970s. Here we are about 4 decades later, and this machine is still as relevant today as it was back then. Talk about withstanding the test of time. It's truly remarkable. You know, one of the most interesting things about this Framon 2 machine, from my perspective, is although it's a universal code cutting machine, it's actually very similar to a punch machine. And all of us know that punch machines are more accurate than non-punch machines. And the main reason for that is the cutting angle, right? So a lot of machines, right, if this is the key, a lot of machines actually kind of come up at an angle when it goes to cut a key, right? Where a punch machine goes like this. It goes straight on to the key. Well, the Framon machine, once you set it all up, it essentially acts just like a punch machine and makes true straight cuts. And from my perspective, I think that's where a lot of the reliability and accuracy actually comes from. You're not getting that angle you're having to deal with. So not only do you get an awesome code machine, but you get the benefits of a punch machine in it as well. Now I want to get back to my original point, which is why I believe the Framon 2 will actually make you better at your job. The funny part is it's the same exact reason why a lot of people are intimidated to buy or to use this machine. And the reason is because it uses true space and depth information. You don't use any extra code cards, you don't use anything like that. You actually use the manufacturer's space and depth information. Now, as what happens over time, the machine is going to be helping you to learn the actual data about the keys and locks. Now, what does that do? So for the most part, when you're cutting keys by code on a machine like this, that's only step 1, right? Step 2 is going to be actually doing the work, rekeying the lock, rebuilding the lock, setting up a system, whatever that might be. And so what happens is over time, as you learn the space and depth information, it's actually going to help you do that. It'll help you be better at impressioning. It can even help you be better at picking locks, because you're going to start to learn and understand the actual data of the keys that you're working on instead of just, using like a card or something like that. So it's one of those cool things. This machine is not hard to use. At the same time, it helps build your knowledge and understanding. And that's why I believe it will make you better at your job. Now, let me go ahead and I'm going to bring the camera up top here, and I want to kind of give you a quick overview on the ins and outs of this machine. All right, now before we get started on the order of operations on the machine right here, I just want to talk about what's included when you purchase the machine. So you're going to get a pair of dial calipers right here. You're going to get 2 cutters. The most common one is actually going to be installed right here on the machine, and then you'll have this other cutter right here as well. And then you're going to have this little bag here that has a bunch of different spacing bars and a couple extra little pieces in it, which will all kind of make more sense in a minute. Now, it's also going to come with this code book, right, or this space and depth book here, and it's going to have a lot of information in it. Okay, so when you open it up, you can kind of see all the different spacing and depth information, which can be really helpful. But one of the best parts about this machine when you purchase it is it's actually going to come with a free Genericode code software. Okay, and I highly recommend you get used to using that, because not only is it going to give you the information, but you're going to be able to find your code your code bidding, as well as all of the information you need right there on the software. So if you like books and you like paper, this is a great thing to have. But the fact that it comes with a $500-600 desktop software as well is just a huge value, and that's what really helps keep this machine timeless. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and cut a SC1 key. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it put in on the shoulder stop here. And I'm gonna pop a graphic up on the screen, okay? This is from the Framon book that gives us all the Schlage information. Now, what's important to us right now is the block, spacing, and cut start at. So let's first start with the block. So let's go ahead and get this taken out here. It says block number 1. As you can see, there's a nice little number 1 on there. Now, the reason is because if you look at the spacing, it says it's a 0.5156, and you'll see the 156 right here. These white lines represent each different space. You'll see there's 6 of them there, so you can do a 5-pin or a 6-pin, no problem. Now, that spacing, that's really just the difference between the spacing. So if you look at that bottom line there where it says 0.231 and 0.387 and so on, the difference between those is actually a 0.156. So that's what that means. So you also see it's compressible right here at the end. So we'll go ahead and just pop that in and then find the 156 and keep it right up front right here. Now facing this little arrow. Now the next thing we want to do is we got to bring the jaw down here. We want to zero it out. Okay, so we're zeroing it out right there. And then we want to get to 0.231 where it says the cuts start at 0.231. So each full rotation is a 0.050. So we'll be doing 4 of them plus a little more here. So we'll go 1. So we're at a 0.050. Now we're at a 0.100. Now we're at a 0.150. Now we're at a 0.200, and we want to get to a 0.231, so we're going to bring it up here to the 31. Once we do that, okay, now we need to align the spacing block with it here. Now this is the deal. One of the reasons I want to do this is the root of these Schlage cuts, is actually pretty big. Now you can use it as is, but I like to actually add a little extra root of the cut there a little bit. But let's go ahead. So now that we have that set, and I'll show you how I do that here in a minute. So now that we have that set, let's look down here at the depth and let's take a look here. So the key we're going to be cutting, the code is going to be a 55154. So if you look at our chart here, number 5 is a 0.260. So if you look at our little cheater here and get to 0.250, just kind of visually find it over here and then look here for a 0. We want to get to 0.260, so we're going to bring it up 10. Now once we get there, go ahead and turn the machine on and make our first depth here. Now I like to actually widen that out a little bit. Okay, go to the second one here, which is also a 0.260, so let's go ahead and cut it. Okay, go to space number 3, which is a number 1, which is a 320. We're at 260 now, so let's just visually get up here to 300, and then we'll go to 320, so we'll go right there to the 20. Once we're there, we'll go ahead and cut this third space. Let's just move it over a little bit and widen it. Okay, go to space number 4, which is another 5, which is 260. So we'll back it back down here. Let's just find the 250 again to bring it up 10 to 260. Go ahead and cut this space. All right. The last one here is a number 4, which is a 0.275. So we'll get it put in there. And then we're at 260, so it's got to bring it up 15 to 275. I'm going to cut it. Okay, I like to move it over a little. Oop. All right, so there you have it. Now, I like to widen those cuts a little bit. You don't necessarily have to, but I just like having that little extra bit of root on that cut there for this. So I'm going to put it in there. Let's give it a try. And there you go, it works perfect, and that's how you want to get it done. Now, like I said, you don't have to necessarily widen the root. However, on these Schlage keys, I've found that I prefer just to have it a little widened, because otherwise I'm always thinking, do I have it perfectly aligned? And it's such a great precision machine. That's just kind of something I like to do. All right, and that's a basic overview of the Framon 2 code machine, really the living legend. I would love to know in the comments below what you think of this machine, or if you currently own one, what your experience has been. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Hey, this is PJ with CLK Supplies, and I want to talk... talk about... it's a living legend. Okay. Ever heard a machine talked about the way this Framon 2 code... Out of all the code machines on the market today, I have never heard anyone talk about... Out of all of... shoot. Okay, let's see here. Don't put that in the freaking bloopers, by the way, there, Connor. What the heck? I'm guessing if you just watched this video that you work with locks and keys. And to us here at CLK Supplies, that makes you a lock boss. And we want to hook you up. Here's how it works. Throughout the week, we post videos on YouTube, like the one you just watched, and all you need to do is comment on the videos and include the hashtag LockBoss. When you do this, you're automatically entered in to win one of 5 free prizes that we give out each and every week. No purchase necessary. So if you're a lock boss, join us each week to learn, grow, and win.